What's up, y'all? I was listening to Point of No Return by Expose, but I had to stop because I didn't want copyright to cop me, right? We do this reading with love and care. On Cancer Day, Monday, I can't get Ariana Grande's songs out of my head. That Point of No Return was in my head because I really think someone's pushing her there. But, yeah, I can't get her songs out of my head. And I've always liked her, but I think that her songs have been echoing in my head more than normal lately. So I wanted to crack some cards and see what's happening with Miss Girl. Her birthday is June 26, 1993. So she just turned 23. And she's a sidereal Gemini, but a Cancer in tropical, which is what most people would know out here in the West. Just like the tropical system. And she's born in Boca Raton, Florida. I wanted to talk about her Cancer placement just because something about Cancer, you know, I think we kind of use generic sentiments when we talk about like signs just because of the way that astrology has gone. But people say like, oh, Cancer family oriented, but often Cancer can be, these are people that have a family wound, okay? So like, sometimes these are people that are fixing family, like SpongeBob. And y'all go watch the previous readings I did on Wicked, part 1, 2. I did predict the breakup. But when she was dating Ethan Slater, was that his name? Who looks just like her brother. It's that type of thing, you know? It's like this is somebody, I'm gonna take that one. This is somebody who's fixing the family. You know, that Cancer energy, it can affect how we consume energy, nutrition, but also how our family kind of fits us and how fixing the family and filling the family wound they feel sometimes can heal them, you know? And that can be a popular theme with Cancers. That's why they're so family oriented, because they feel that filling that family void will fix everything else. And everyone has a locus of kind of control or something that they fill. Every sign, every placement, whatever. But for Cancers and heavy Cancer placements, that can be a big theme. You know, if they fix that family kind of confrontation, then they feel they'll fix everything else, which, I mean, isn't necessarily true. But that's the channeled part of the message. Spirit, can you please? And prayers to Ariana, because I do feel that something and someone is draining her life force. So y'all pray for her. Okay. Okay. Judgment. See, y'all, the judgment call was made. Something else I think is interesting is the fact that before public concern for her energy levels and her life force was put out there, there wasn't any sentiment about her needing to take a rest, but now all of a sudden there's that rest. And see, her hair's lighter here. Like, she just wanted to take advantage of, or someone wanted her to take advantage of the momentum. Because we have the jukebox, y'all. The jukebox and the blonde hair. So she wanted to take advantage of that wicked momentum. Y'all see black and white too? I don't want to say Illuminati, but it's some as above, so below, like wanting to take advantage of that momentum, but they're making the wrong judgment call. And that's like, it's gonna fork. Someone, I think Sloan Bella, someone a long time ago said something about MK Ultra, which I think is wild. But yeah, her defenses are down. I think like there's kind of like a sneaking push. And this might or might not have to do with her, but like people are wanting the gals to be like frail again, you know, like powerlessness in women. Because one thing about Charlie's Angels in the Y2K era is like those women could kick your ass. They had muscles, you know, they were thin, but they were fit. And now there's this like want for a woman with no defenses. And I think that, yeah, there's some kind of correction taking place. What's sneaking with that record? Someone made a weird judgment call on her. And I want to use multiple tarot decks, actually. Let's jump to this one. Can we clarify the Seven of Swords and that reverse Seven of Wands? So she's got the family money. Part of what she feels is stealing her life force is like subconscious guilt over, I guess, intrusion into other spaces, other relationships, but also the judgment call by her family, by her account, you know, family money, family unit. She doesn't want to do wrong by them. She doesn't stand up to them necessarily. And when I say family, this doesn't necessarily have to be exactly who you would think it is. But, you know, we talked about mother figures. We talked about just like, I don't know who in her life might have blonde hair or what flipped after she did Wicked, but it's just like she doesn't want to say no because she's the provider, you know, and that's just like that wealth, that momentum is causing her and some of her people to make the wrong judgment call. There's also something about Petal that's just like sneaky. I don't know if it has to do with the record sales, the themes. Maybe there's something like a message in the music video. Because I low-key, didn't she have like a Grease theme? Like, yeah, whoa, she did. She had like a Grease theme for that video. I haven't watched, I need to watch, but in some of the promos, she's had like the Grease, kind of Rizzo, There Are Worse Things I Could Do bop. But yeah, and this, I mean, the Seven of Swords is taking advantage of the bounty, because in the typical card, it's someone sneaking away swords in a war. So yeah, she's taking advantage of that momentum, but her defenses are down. And there's also a possibility of like some type of immunodeficiency. But yeah, the family wealth and the guilt that's kind of like creeping, weighing on her from that. I want to pull some of the spooky cards. One of the crime cards and one of the Halloween cards. Okay. Yeah, it seems like there's a woman that's just like behind her that's a forceful female entity. Because sometimes our management figures in this industry, they haven't been, you know, they don't have the same stamina or perception for someone's like length of performance. Yeah, it's just kind of like, it's that, y'all know, she kind of went through she went through it in the Dan Schneider days and stuff. And I don't want to get too deep into that, but it's just, there's a lot of pressure from people she doesn't want to let down. Female, I think mostly women. I think it's so interesting though that like Ethan Slater looked just like her brother, because there's that like want to just reconnect with and not let down the family space. But can we talk about what's next? And will she pursue on through the final shows? I don't necessarily think that she should, you know. But it's just that classic trying to earn love through performance. Yeah, Page of Swords in reverse. She might cancel. She doesn't want to cancel shows at all, but she might have to. Yeah, she's kind of trapped. She might have to cancel some. Maybe a show, like she'll cancel 8 shows, or a show that takes place on the 8th. Type of thing. And again, does not want to do this at all, but might absolutely have to. Maybe like one branch of the tour, particularly difficult branch, or like one segment. Because like it's hard enough for someone to do perfectly healthy. A tour takes a lot out of a person and really just changes you. Y'all let me know if you want me to do part 2. I gotta do Cancers today too, but yeah, this woman, that's just like on her back. Can we have what's going on with the rest of the tour and just a card for her? Yeah, she wants a break. She wants a break after this. Maybe even children later on. Typically this card is not a pregnant lady, but this is a pregnant lady and also family. I also hear that there's a sneaky like wedding or engagement announcement that would have or should have come out. Yeah, she might pull back after this and start a family. I think that's the intention about the message they just put out, her brand. That she wants to stop performing and just like start a family. Because she really never wants to stop performing, but like I said, that family thing, I think she's starting to sense she can't earn love through performance. Damn. Yeah, her higher self is letting her know enough will never be enough. But can we have another card to represent her? Thank you so much, Spirit. Yeah, y'all put your positive thoughts with her. And I mean, no one's an angel. We already know, like I said, about homewreckin and all that jazz. But, you know, human nature. That is human nature. Okay. So the skull of darkness and ancestors. She said her grandpa used to say their last name is Grande. But yeah, she's wanting that like the family legacy. She doesn't want to let down a family, kind of feeling trapped, thinking she wants to start a family of her own. And I think that's like what a lot of the homewrecking is giving. Because I think it's so interesting that was there another married guy she took? The only married guy I can think of that she took looked just like her brother. So that there really is the strong ancestral tie. Yeah. And there's this in reverse too. So I think she's wanting to have a baby. Can we have a card for what's next for her on Miss Thing's journey? Miss Petal. I'm telling y'all though, in a bigger way, like they really want girls to just be your widow again. And I wore my little preppy stuff today. Guess I gotta go to work after this, but can we see what's next? But yeah, I mean, calling it how it is. It's like her, whoever this like female caregiver is. It's a female caregiver's like ego affair. Very incestuous figure that's just like always looming over. And she doesn't even realize, but it's draining the life out of her. And that's before anything else. Because remember, Cancer, the stomach, the mother figures, moon. Yeah. Lady de los Muertos. This is someone who is supposed to be representing life to her kind of represents death in a way. And it's really not even in the way you'd think. We'll do a part 2 on this, y'all. Yeah, we'll do a part 2. But yeah, that figure is like draining her like a vampire. And of money. It's similar to Britney Spears, but the conservatism, again, it's kind of self-induced because she just wants to do good. You know, but she ends up like missing out on so much. Oh, all right. Can you give us one more card, Spirit? One more card for Miss Grande. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, she's giving a lot. This is that petal merch. She's giving a lot. And whoever this is in her life that's kind of draining her, nothing makes this person happy. So she's going to be a lot stingier with herself. And we're going to see her pull back her energy a lot. Yeah, and we had Owl. We have that Underworld card too. But I think she's going to put her energy back a lot from whoever this is. And one more card. Yeah, see? This person has her trapped. It's like the self-induced conservatorship vibes, you know? Another Page of Swords. And she just feels like this person's fool. Yeah. But there's like a certain type of prize. She doesn't want to stop until she gets like this. Maybe it's an EGOT? I don't know. But she's like wanting to go career-wise until she gets a certain type of award, and then she wants to quit and start her family. But it just doesn't feel like, nothing's feeling like it's enough. Right. I knew this was coming. Yeah. How did we have Page of Cups out of 2 decks? Yeah. A message. Yeah. I think the same person does spells on her too, y'all. And wants to compromise her health and just, again, spiritually drain her. But if she, because again, I'm just like, there's dehydration. And it's always grow or die, y'all. And I don't think it's cool to just like, speak on something. You don't want to put things in the ethers, but I think this is particularly interesting energy because, yeah, this figure isn't letting her heal. So unless she can get that balanced out, like her equilibrium is going to be completely off. Like a plant. She needs sunshine. This is her, Miss Petal. She needs sunshine. She needs fresh air. She needs to be fed because otherwise, like we said before, her life force is being kind of strategically cut off. So if she doesn't pull back, y'all watch part 2. Comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. Stay on Cloud 9, y'all.